Hi, my name's Siobhan. I'm going to take you through a 30-minute yoga flow. So we're going to start quite grounded. We're going to start down on the ground, but this is going to be quite energizing. So bring yourself down to the mat and just feel a bit of grounding. Just allow yourself to settle down. So the feet quite wide, arms out to the side. So think of yourselves like a starfish, and just let the head rest down on the ground. Connecting with the mat, with the ground, the earth, however you like to think of it. Let's start with 3 breaths. So we're going in through the nose and then out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And if there's anything that you need to offload, let go of, this can be part of the practice. So inhale through the nose and then release through the mouth. Just let go. And then move into a full body stretch. So just let your body lengthen along the floor from the fingertips right through to the feet. Full body stretch. And soften. Let the knees bend. Let the knees bend. So let the knees just rest against each other. So the feet are still quite wide. Knees just resting against each other. And start with the arms down by the sides of the body. Make light fists with the hands. So we're just connecting movement with the breath here. Just a bit of calming, grounding movement before we get a bit more energetic. So with the inhale, let the arms lift up to 12 o'clock, and then as you exhale, tapping down to the shoulders, lift back up so the fingertips are leading, then just let the hands come back down with the exhale. So again, little fists, inhale up, exhale, tap, inhale, reach, exhale, come down. So we're going to do that 3 more times. So inhale up, exhale, tap, inhale, reach, exhale, down. So 2 more, lifting up, a little tap. You might have your eyes closed here now, you know what you're doing. Inhale, reach, exhale, down. So just floating the arms back down. Last one. So inhale up, exhale, tap, inhale, reach, and then exhale. Just let the arms float down to the sides of the body and let the right leg float up towards the sky. Okay, so left foot could stay grounded, and just bring your attention to your foot. So just scrunch the toes up, squeeze the toes in towards the sole of the foot as if you're making a fist, and then stretch. Do that twice more. So a little squeeze and stretch once more. And then circle through the ankle, so move one way and then the other. And then bring the hand to the back of that thigh, or perhaps it's the calf, and just start to open up into the back of the legs. So try and breathe into that stretch. With each exhale, try and lengthen. If you have a strap, you could use that here, hook it around the foot. Try and draw the toes towards you to get more of a stretch in the back of the leg. And then allow that knee to bend. So try and flex the foot still, and rest that foot on the knee. Pick the foot up off the floor and reach, clasp the hands behind that thigh, or perhaps the shin. Yeah, let the head rest down on the floor. So a pigeon stretch, maybe sway from side to side if it feels good. And then release. Let that left foot come to the floor. Let it move away slightly, about 2 hands length. And lift the hips, just take them to the right slightly, arms out to the side. And then bring that right foot onto the floor on your left. So just ease yourself over. Try and keep that right shoulder down. If that's too strong, you can always unhook the legs and just let them stack on top of each other. But if you can, leave that foot flat on the floor. And breathe deeply into the belly here. We're just warming and stretching. Almost reach, kind of stretch across the chest, reach, walk the fingers out, make it a little bit more active, and then release. Let's come back to the centre and do the same on the other side. So let the left leg reach up now and squeeze into the foot, so toes. Toes in towards the sole of the foot, and then stretch as if you're making a fist with your foot. And again, one more, just like that. Scrunch them up, stretch them out, and then circle through the ankles. So go one way and then the other. And then think about lengthening into the back of the legs. So hold on to the back of the thigh. It could be the calf. You might be using a strap hooked around the foot. So with each exhale, try and release a little bit further. And then allow that knee to bend. So try and keep the foot flexed still and rest it against the right knee, reaching behind the thigh or perhaps the shin. Let the head rest down and move into a little pigeon stretch on the other side. So stretching deeply into that left hip now. And then allow that right foot to land. Lift the hips and just move them slightly over to the left and bring that left foot to the floor. So arms out to the side. Let the left foot come down. And try and keep the shoulder grounded on that left side. Turn the head. So again, trying to breathe deeply into the belly as you're in this twist. Then easing back into the centre and bring the hands onto the knees here. So hands onto the kneecaps and push the knees away. Let them separate and draw them back in. So legs are going in opposite directions, circling deep into the hips. So one direction and then the other. With the knees over the chest. We're going to rock up and down a few times and then come to seated. So you might want to cross your ankles if that helps. So rocking up and then back down. So up and down a few times. Little massage into the spine. And then last time, stay up. Stay up and then come over onto your hands and knees. So onto all fours. Actually the feet can stay flat at the back here. Initially round the spine up. We're coming into a cat stretch, so chin towards the chest. Really push the ground away, so strong long arms, tuck the chin, and then move into your cow stretch. So just a couple more in your own time. So you're exhaling into your cat, inhale into your cow. Just one more, so each way, round in. And then come to a point where you're somewhere in the middle. Okay, so let's tuck the toes under at the back. And lift into a downward facing dog. So soften the knees, lengthen the arms, stretch the spine out and really lift the tailbone here. Give the head a little shake or a nod. And pedal. So walking your dog, just ease one heel down and then the other. So from side to side, just working, lengthening into the back of the legs. And then walk the feet a little bit wider. So a little bit wider. And bring the right hand to the outside of the left leg and slide that hand down the outside of the leg towards the ankle and draw yourself around so you're looking under your armpit. This is quite strong in the wrists. Breathe. And then reset. So bring that hand down. And let's go for the other side. So keeping the right hand down now. Bring the left hand off the floor. So slide. Maybe start at the knee and then slide down towards the ankle. And use that hand to pull on the ankle to rotate. So you're looking out under your right armpit now. Pushing the ground away. Strong arm. Remember to breathe. And then come back. So back into your downward facing dog. And come onto the knees. Just pause for a moment in child's pose. So let yourself come down to the floor. Head down. Maybe a little sway here from side to side. Walking the arms out. And then rise up. So back into your downward facing dog. Walk the feet to the front. Come to the front of the mat. Knees soft, just let yourself fold forward and then ease yourself up to standing. So easing up to standing. So the feet can stay hip distance, standing up tall. Let's bring the arms overhead. So lift and lengthen through the body. And then come into a forward fold. So let yourself fold in half, literally, just let the head drop here. And then inhale into a half lift. So think about lengthening the spine, pulling the shoulders back and lead with the crown of the head. And then restack the spine. We're going to do that twice more. So inhale as you lift. Maybe you're moving into a bit of a back bend. You're looking up and back as you squeeze into the glutes. And then come into your forward fold, so down to the floor. As you exhale, inhale into your half lift. Exhale, rise up. So a little bit more fluid. Lift, one more. So exhale as you come down. And then inhale into a half lift. Exhale, rise up. But this time we're going to go all the way down. So inhale up into your extended mountain pose. Then come down into your forward fold. Inhale into a half lift. And then with the exhale, bring the hands down to the floor. Step back with the right leg and then the left leg into your downward facing dog again. And then ease forward into a plank. See if you can just create a straight line with your body. Really draw the navel in towards the spine. If you need to lower your knees, do. And let's lower the body all the way down to the floor. So just allow yourself to soften. Notice your breath here. We're going to do a twisty cobra. Twisty cobra. So from here, bring the hands kind of like just outside the mat. Legs are just lengthened on the floor, so the front of the feet and the legs just resting on the floor, and lift up in the centre, so not too high. Keep the shoulders down from the ears, so lifting up and looking forward. And then bring the right shoulder forward, lower yourself down and look over the left shoulder. And then come back up in the centre, so inhale as you lift. Exhale, now look over the right shoulder. So continue with this, with the flow of your breath, listening to what's going on in your spine, your lower back. So some of you might lift up a lot higher, you might straighten your arms. Some of you might stay very low with the elbows close to the floor. So the legs can twist a little bit at the back, but as you come up in the centre, you might find that as you warm up, you might be lifting higher and higher. So we'll do a few more each side. Inhale to the centre. Exhale as you twist and lower. And if you need to adjust where your hands are positioned, depending on like the length of your arms and how mobile your back feels today, do that. Yeah. And then next time you lift, stay there, but try not to let the head sink right into the neck. Try and keep the shoulders down, gaze forward, and then lower the chest down. Hands underneath the shoulders. Let's push back onto the knees, tuck the toes, come up. So back into downward facing dog. And we're going to walk forward here, but cross one foot in front of the other. So you just walk in from side to side. Let the hands walk along the mat as well. So ease yourself to the top of the mat until you're back into your forward fold, and then rise up. So rise all the way up and lift. Let the hands come back down and release. Okay, stepping out wide. So we're going to stay on our feet for a little bit now. So have the toes pointing out. And let the arms lift. So as you inhale, let the arms come overhead, and then as you exhale, just sink down. And we're going to repeat that. So inhale up, and then exhale, come down. And again, inhale, lift a little bit higher, sink down. But this time, stay there. So the knees are in the same, moving in the same direction as the toes. Bring the hands onto the legs, and keeping the spine long. We're going to move into a little twist here. So I'm bringing my right shoulder forward here and lifting the left. So look to the side, keeping the knees wide, and then back to the centre, and then try it the other way. So bring the other shoulder forward. And then back to the centre. Okay, straighten the legs. Let the hands come to the floor. So here, some of you might have your hands down, some of you might be on your fingertips, some of you might need to bend your knees here. Just soften into a forward fold. Perhaps your hands are in line with the toes. You might be able to bring your hands to the ankles. You might be able to hold the ankles and pull yourself down a little bit further so that you're looking behind. So think about deep breaths here. With each exhale, trying to just stretch a little bit deeper. Okay. So just walking the arms out. Start with both hands down. Try and lengthen into the back of the legs. Okay, so if you keep your left hand down, reach up with the right. Maybe a little twist through the wrist. Remember, you can soften your knees if you need to. And then bring that hand down to the floor. But we're going to shift the weight over to the side. So we're coming into Skandasana here. We're coming into Skandasana. So try and lengthen that leg. This foot, you might be on the ball of the foot. Some of you might be able to get the heel down. So you might be able to get the heel down. You could come into, depending on what's going on in your ankles, you could come into a little balance. Yeah. Maybe not for me today. So yeah, depending on your ankle, you might have the heel down, you might be in the ball of the foot. Here, think about really lengthening and bringing the toes towards you. And reach up. And then bring that hand back down to the floor. We're going to lift the hips again and go into that wide leg forward fold. So let yourself fold in half again. And then lift. So stretching into the back of the legs. A little twist of the wrist perhaps, and then shift over the other way now. So see how it feels into the ankle on this side. Perhaps try and bring the heel down, see how that feels. See if you can still balance. Maybe you can bring the hands off the floor. So this is Skandasana, and try and flex the foot so the toes are coming towards you. Let's open up here. So let's lift this arm. And then lift the hips once more. So coming back into a forward fold. Soften the knees and ease yourself up. So coming back up. We're not done here yet. Okay, so clasp the hands behind the back. Try and bring the heel of the hands together and allow yourself to float forward once more. But this time try and bring the arms away from the body. So let the head drop. And think about letting the arms fall away from the body. Soften the knees if you need to. So breathing deeply here. Just one more inhale. Try and get those arms a little bit further. And then with the exhale, rise back up. Rise back up. Arms overhead. So reaching up with the arms. I'm going to cactus the arms here, so breath in. And then with the exhale, now bend the knees, bend the elbows, so palms facing forward. Try and sink deep here. And think about squeezing the shoulder blades together, taking the elbows back, straighten the legs, reach up again. So inhale as you reach, and then exhale, sink down. One more like that. So inhale, reach, and then exhale, sink down, maybe a little bit deeper. And then straighten the legs, release the arms. So turn, toes pointing to the end of the mat. So the heels more or less in line. We're going into a triangle pose here, Trikonasana. So both legs straight. And reach. And then start to tip. So there's variations on this. I'm just going to press the back of my hand into the legs. Some people will bring the hand all the way down to the floor. Think of it as a sideways movement. So we're not coming into a forward fold, it's sideways. So keep that shoulder back. Perhaps you're going to look up towards that hand. So working here, a bit of engagement here into the centre of the body. So one more inhale here, and then as you exhale, rise back up, and then bring that back arm forward to the outside of the leg. So the left hand come into the outside of the right leg, you lift the right arm. So you're in a little revolved triangle here. Again, both knees are still straight, so look behind or look up towards that hand. And then rise back up. So back up, turn the toes, set the arms, lift and down, sink down again, just a little reset, and then rise back up. So other side, so heels in line, Trikonasana in the other direction. So think about reaching first from the waist before you tip. So the back of this hand perhaps rest against the leg. Some of you might be able to come closer to the floor. Keep that shoulder back. So perhaps you're looking forward, you might be looking up. But breathe. And then ease yourself up, but bring that arm, that arm that was lifted to the outside of that leg. and lift the other arm. So we're in a little revolved triangle, a little twist here. And then this time, to come out of this, bend into that front knee. So plant the hands down and take yourself back. So back into a downward facing dog. And then bring the knees down to the ground. And ease your bottom back towards your heels. Let the head rest down. And then ease back up. So coming onto the bottom, we're going to come into a balance. So our balance today is boat pose. So just start on the sit bones, holding on to the back of the thighs, and perhaps you can float your toes off the floor, so really draw the navel in towards the spine here. So this could be enough, this might be enough for you. You may be able to release the arms, so keep the tummy pulled in. Some of you might lengthen the legs, some of you might take the arms back in line with the ears. See where you feel you want to work today. I think I'm going to stay here. Maybe not. Remember to breathe. And then release down. Just let the legs rest down on the floor. But we're still going to just finish working into the core before we go back to our starfish. So start with the feet on the floor, hands resting. We're going to go down in 5 if you can. If it's too much, just bring the hands to the back of the legs. So a little inhale as you lift. Exhale, just lower down, just a touch, let the hands rest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down a little bit further. Inhale, lift. A little bit further. 2 more. So inhale up. Exhale. Last one. Inhale up. And then exhale, lower all the way down. Bring the knees into the chest. Little rock from side to side. Happy baby, so let the knees move wide, just outside the body, towards the armpits, draw the knees in. You might grab your feet, big toes. Let the feet release, just let them land on the floor and just let the knees drop from side to side a couple of times, just a fluid, soft twist. Then allow yourself to stretch out once more. So if you've got more time, you might actually just stay here and move into more of a relaxation into Shavasana. But if you don't have time, if this is more of an express class for you, just pause just for a minute. So the arms might be out to the sides, just grounding. Or you might connect with the breath. You might bring your right hand to your tummy, left hand onto the chest, and just feel the movement that your breath creates. So if you are going to stay there longer, I would suggest transitioning on the side for a few breaths before you do come up. But if you feel that you want to just end the class a little bit more quickly, perhaps bringing the knees into the chest and rocking up. And then we'll end just with a final breath and a bow. So let the arms lift up. Hands can come together and just let them float down. So connecting the hands at the heart center. Bowing the head. We'll finish here. Namaste. Thank you.